And so, Mr. Speaker, it is my honor to yield the floor now to a very close friend of Gabby, a leader in this House, Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz.
The gentlelady from Florida is recognized.
If I can ask my colleagues to join me at the well. Thank you, Mr. Speaker and Madam Leader, Mr. Whip and Majority Leader. I couldn't prepare anything this morning because I knew that I would not be able to hold it together very long. I am so proud of my friend, and it will always be one of the great treasures of my life to have met Gabby Giffords and to have served with her in this body. We have all been through such a tumultuous year. The nation has been through a tumultuous year. No one more tumultuous than Gabby and her family and her constituents in her beloved home city of Tucson, Arizona. And I know, being able to be Gabby's voice today, that knowing her as well as I do, that the one thing that has not been said is that Gabby wants her constituents to know, her constituents who she loves so much in southern Arizona, that it has been the greatest professional privilege of her life to represent them, that she loves them as a fifth-generation Tucsonian, that her public service has meant a great deal to her, and that this is only a pause in that public service, and that she will return one day to public service to represent them as she has so capably for the last 5.5 years. And let me just say, a point of personal privilege, that for the last year, it has been one of the honors of my life, and the most important thing to remember, that no matter what we argue about here on this floor or in this country, there is nothing more important than family and friendship, and that should be held on high above all else. And I will always carry that in my heart, and even though I know we won't see each other every day, Gabby, we will be friends for life. Yes. For life.
Thank you.
I'm so sorry. It's my privilege to read this letter on behalf of Gabby and her family and her constituents. January 25th, 2012, the Honorable John Boehner, Speaker of the House of Representatives. Dear Speaker Boehner, in 2001, strongly holding the belief that there is no higher calling than serving my country, I went from selling tires in my Tucson family business to being a freshman representative in the Arizona State House. And for 10 years, I served in the Arizona legislature, in the United States Congress, and after marrying Mark, as a proud military spouse. Always I fought for what I thought was right, but never did I question the character of those with whom I disagreed. Never did I let pass an opportunity to join hands with someone just because he or she held different ideals. In public service, I found a venue for my pursuit of a stronger America by ensuring the safety and security of all Americans, by producing clean energy here at home instead of importing oil from abroad, and by honoring our brave men and women in uniform with the benefits they earned. I found a way to care for others. And in the past year, I have found a value that is unbreakable even by the most vicious of attacks. The tragic January 8th shooting in Tucson took the lives of 6 beautiful Americans and wounded 13 others, me included. I'm sorry. Not a day goes by that I don't feel grief for the lives lost and so many others torn apart. Christina Taylor Greene, Dorothy Morris, John Roll, Phyllis Schneck, Dorwin Stoddard, and Gabe Zimmerman embodied the best of America. Each in their own way, they committed their lives to serving their families, community, and country, and they died performing a basic but important act of citizenship that's at the heart of our greatness as a nation. They will be remembered always by their country and by their Congress. I don't remember much from that terrible day, but I have never forgotten my constituents, my colleagues, or the millions of Americans with whom I share great hopes for this nation. To all of them, thank you for your prayers, your cards, your well wishes, and your support. And even as I have worked to regain my speech, thank you for your faith in my ability to be your voice. The only way I ever served my district in Congress was by giving 100%. I would add it's 150. This past year, that's what I have given to my recovery. Thank you for your patience. From my first steps and first words after being shot to my current physical and speech therapy, I have given all of myself to being able to walk back onto the House floor this year to represent Arizona's 8th Congressional District. However, today I know that now is not the time. I have more work to do on my recovery before I can again serve in elected office. This past year, my colleagues and staff have worked to make sure my constituents were represented in Congress. But if I can't return, my district deserves to elect a U.S. representative who can give 100% to the job now. For that reason, I have submitted the attached letter of resignation to Arizona Governor Jan Brewer. Amid all that was lost on January 8th, there was also hope and faith. This past year, it is what I have often clung to. Hope that our government can represent the best of a nation, not the worst. Faith that Americans working together in their communities, in our Congress, can succeed without qualification. Hope and faith that even as we are set back by tragedy or profound disagreement, in the end we come together as Americans to set a course toward greatness. Every day I am working hard. I will recover and will return, and we will work together again for Arizona and for all Americans. Sincerely, Gabrielle Giffords, Member of Congress.
Speaker, in appreciation once again for your courtesies enabling this to happen, I yield back the balance of our time.
Gentlelady yields back the balance of her time.